Good afternoon, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Grish Goyal, Assistant Professor, Department of Agronomy, School of Agriculture, IT University, Gwalior. Students, I hope you are good and stay at home safely. मैं आशा करता हूँ आप सभी लोग घर पे होंगे, सुरक्षित होंगे. Students, today I am going to start our subject Rawe crop production for BSc Agriculture 7th semester. Students, so let's just start our topic about cultivation of wheat crop. Batch A lecture, video lecture 15. Students, I will introduce all content one by one. And first classification, next field preparation, next seed treatment with fungicide, next soil requirement, next climatic requirement, next sowing time, next seed rate, next seed spacing, next fertilizer and manure requirement, next water management, next critical stage of wheat crop for varying number of irrigation, next growing stage of wheat crops, next zone wise recommended variety, next pest and diseases, next weed management, next harvesting, next yield, then references. Okay, so students, before starting the topic I want to telling you about some introduction of wheat crop. Okay, so students, wheat, important of wheat, wheat of worldwide as main food can be understood by use of stylish wheat spike as a symbol of AFO. FAO. Students, wheat is a major cereals in India after rice. India has emerged as the second largest producer of wheat after China and accounted for 13.5% share to total world production of wheat. Students, introduction of Mexican semi-dwarf followed by locally bred semi-dwarf and development and adoption of management technologies resulted in dramatic. Students, increases in yield to the total production photosynthetically of the modern varieties hand permitted diversification and intensification of wheat-based cropping system. Students, wheat contributes 30% toward global food basket, followed by rice 27% and corn 25%. It is an important cereal food crop supplying energy to major chunk of the population. Students, not only it is the most important source of energy, carbohydrate content 72%, beside being the only cereal with large number of protein content 10 10 say 8 say 11%. Students, it is also rich in niacin and thiamine, carotene and iron 5.3%. Students, it is also the only cereal having high gluten responsible for thickness and baking, and the baking qualities gluten is from of protein. Students, so first content है हमारा. Okay, so students, first of all wheat. So botanical name of wheat Triticum aestivum, फैमिली पोइसी जिसे हम ग्रेमनी भी बोलते हैं, एंड ओरिजिन साउथ वेस्ट एशिया दैट इज तुर्की, एंड क्रोमोसोम नंबर ऑफ कॉमन व्हीट टीटिकम एस्टिवम इज 2n42. ओके, so first content है स्टूडेंट्स क्लासिफिकेशन. ओके, तो स्टूडेंट्स आइए देखते हैं क्लासिफिकेशन. स्टूडेंट्स, दे आर कॉमन बीन्स wheat, they are different wheat, and first common bred wheat Triticum aestivum. Students, it's hexaploid 2n42, जो क्रोमोसोम नंबर कितना है 2n42. import species but mostly grown in India. Okay students, occupying about 87% of wheat area. Okay. Next, students introduced in India by Borlaug for Mexico, hence called Mexican draft wheat and responsible for green revolution. Okay. Second, students durum macaroni wheat and triticum durum. So students ये tetraploids है. So chromosome number कितना है 2n 28. Students used for Suji semi preparation. Okay, so students, next student, this occupies about 12% of wheat area confined to central and southern India. So this is durum macaroni wheat. Next is third, immer wheat. So students immer wheat student triticum डिकोकम. स्टूडेंट्स ये टेट्राप्लॉइड्स है. द क्रोमोसोम नंबर कितना है 2n28. सो स्टूडेंट्स ऑक्युपाइज अबाउट 1% ऑफ वीट एरिया कंपेयर्ड टू महाराष्ट्र, आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटका एंड तमिलनाडु. सो दिस इज इमर वीट्स. नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट्स इंडिया डॉर वीट. स्टूडेंट्स ट्रिटिकम एस्पोरिकम. स्टूडेंट क्रोमोसोम नंबर करता है 2n42. ओके, इज ए हेक्साप्लॉइड. Student, this is outdated due to low productivity and susceptible to disease, particularly rust disease. So this is India door wheat. So students, so next content है field preparation. So students plow tractors with an iron plow and 2 to 3 times with the cultivar and prepare the land to a fine tilth. So this is field preparation. Next, students seed treatment with fungicide. Students treat the seed with carbendazine or therum 2 gram per kg or seeds 24 hours before sowing. So this is seed treated with fungicide. Next, students soil requirement. Students deep-built and sandy loam and sandy clay loam with nearly natural pH are more suitable for wheat cultivation. Students in heavy soils crop may be suffer due to poor drainage. So this is soil requirement. Next, students climatic requirement. Students the optimum temperature for the germination of wheat between 20 से 22 डिग्री सेल्सियस, वेजिटेटिव ग्रोथ 16 से 22 डिग्री सेल्सियस and grain development maximum temperature at about 25 degree Celsius. So this is students climatic requirement. Next, students sowing time. Students there are different types sowing time. First normal sown and second late sown. So first is normal sown. Students, first fortnight of November is the best time of wheat sowing. So this is normal sown. Second is students late sown. Students 7th fortnight of November. So this is late sown. For students seed date. So students for normal sowing, for late broadcasting, and third for debbling required. So student first for normal sowing 100 kg seeds per hectare, and second 135 kg seeds per hectare, and third है debbling required 25 से 30 kg seeds per hectare. So this is students seed rate. Okay. Next, students seed spacing. Okay. So students irrigated weed is spaced 22.5 centimeter between row and 8 से 10 centimeter. Students between plant rainfed wheat is spaced 25 to 30 centimeter between row and 5 to 6 centimeter plants. So this is seed spacing. Next, students fertilizer and manure requirement. So students there are different type of fertilizer and manure requirement. This timely sown irrigated wheat and late sown irrigated wheat. So first student timely sown irrigated wheat. Students their requirement fertilizer and manure requirement NPK and nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. So first nitrogen student 120 से 150 kg and nitrogen per hectare. 2 split means at first dose as a sowing time and second dose as a CRI stage. Okay. Second, phosphorus. Students, 40 to 60 kg phosphorus per hectare as a basal application. Okay, as a means basal means sowing time. And third, potassium. Students, 40 kg potassium per hectare basal application means as a sowing time. So this is students timely sown irrigated wheat. Next, students, late sown irrigated wheat. Okay, so students, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and nitrogen 80 say 100 kg nitrogen per hectare to split, and phosphorus 40 to 60 kg phosphorus per hectare basal application, and potassium 20 kg potassium per hectare basal application. Okay, so this is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Next, students, water management. Students, the response of wheat to irrigation depend upon the soil and climate condition. About 4 to 6 irrigation are required for wheat crop. So this is water management. Okay, students, about 4 to 6 irrigation are required for wheat crop is sufficient. Okay, so this is water management. Next, students, critical stage of wheat crop for varying number of irrigation. Okay, so students, आइए देखते हैं critical stage of wheat crop number of irrigation. Okay, so students, they are different type available irrigation, and 1 to 6 number of irrigation. Okay, so students, and critical stage, and first student CRI stage. So available irrigation number 1 and CRI stage कौन सा है, क्राउन रूट इनिशिएशन. ओके, सेकेंड स्टूडेंट्स, सेकेंड स्टेज है CRI प्लस लेट जॉइंटिंग. ओके, एंड थर्ड स्टेज है स्टूडेंट्स CRI प्लस बूटिंग प्लस मिल्किंग. दिस इज थर्ड स्टेज. सेकेंड है स्टूडेंट्स, फोर्थ है CRI लेट जॉइंटिंग प्लस लेट टिल्डिंग प्लस फ्लावरिंग प्लस milking. So this is fourth stage. Fifth students, CRI stage plus late tilling plus late jointing plus flowering plus milking. So this is fifth stage. Sixth stage students, CRI plus late tilling plus late jointing, flowering plus milking plus dot condition. So this is 6 stages. Okay, so students, 2 or 3 more irrigation appear to be ideal for wheat on sandy soil. Students, under limited irrigation water supply in the following irrigation schedule may be followed. Students, first, if water is available for only one irrigation, it should be applied at CRI to tilling. Second, students, if available for two irrigation, first irrigation at CRI to tilling, and the second 7 or 8 week after first irrigation flowering. Students, if water is available for 3 irrigations, the first at CRI and the second at third, and intervals of 6 to 7 weeks. Students, those the 3 irrigations should be given at CRI flowering and milk stage for high wheat yield. Students, since high number of irrigation may not have sufficient effect on grain yield on timely sown wheat, the last 3 irrigation may be necessary at several instances. So this is students critical stage for wheat crop for varying number of irrigation. Okay, so students, next का content है growth stage of wheat crop. Okay, so students, आइए देखते हैं growth stages of wheat crop. Students, wheat plant through various stages of growth as described below. Students, described below, and first pre-established stage, statement stage, second vegetative stage, and third reproductive stage, and fourth student post anthesis stage. So students, first pre-established स्टेज इसके अंतर्गत स्टूडेंट फर्स्ट है प्री इमरजेंस. स्टूडेंट्स, प्री इमरजेंस जर्मिनेशन ऑफ सीड विच प्रोड्यूस सेमिनल रूट्स एंड कोलिप्टाइल्स. सो दिस इज प्री इमरजेंस. सेकेंड है स्टूडेंट्स इसी में इमरजेंस. स्टूडेंट्स, जर्मिनेटिंग सीड प्रोड्यूस coluptates above the soil surface. So this is emergence. फिर स्टूडेंट सेकेंड है वेजिटेटिव स्टेजेस. स्टूडेंट्स सीडलिंग. स्टूडेंट द यंग प्लांट establish large root system in their seedling stages. So this is seedling. For students, crown root stage. Students considered with the 3 or 4 leaf stage of wheat. So this is crown root stage. For students, trailing plant produce crown and branch out into 3 tillers from their base of soil surface. So this is tillering. Next, students, jointing. Students, at this stage a plant starter elongate when the node start developing above the crown node. So this is jointing. Third, students, reproductive stage. Students, इसमें है booting. Students, booting in this stage the uppermost leaf swells out into flag holding the spike into it. So this is booting. So students, heading. Students, heading in this stage the spike starter emerging out from the leaf shade. So this is heading. So next, students, flowering. Students, at this stage anthesis of foliate and fertilization of various take place. So this is flowering. So next, student, fourth stage, last stage and post anthesis stages. So student, first filling. So students, filling after fertilization the various start elongation in an ovulus or seed passing third milk shop dot and hard dot stage. So this is post anthesis stage. For students, 11 maturity. Students, at this stage the color of glooms change, the kernel become fairly hard. So this is maturity. फिर students हमारा last harvesting. Okay. So this is students growth stage of wheat crops. Okay. Next content is students zone wise recommended varieties. So student, they are different zone and so northern zone, western plain zone and northeastern plains and central zone and peninsular zone and north hill zone and southern hill zone. So first of all western plain zone. Okay. So student, PBW and recommended variety PBW 502 and PBW 226 and 396, KRL 19, HD 2285 and Raj 3765 etc. फिर स्टूडेंट नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न प्लेन में के 402 मीन्स माही के 402 एंड PBW 550 एंड DBW 17 etc. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, नेक्स्ट सेंट्रल जोन GW 190, DL 803 and 7882. So etc. They are different varieties. For students, peninsular zone DW 162 and DW 100 HD 22380. So this is peninsular zone. For students, northern hill zone. Student कितना HD 240 HD 2380. So this is north hill zone. नेक्स्ट स्टूडेंट साउथर्न हिल जोन कितना स्टूडेंट्स कौन सी वैरायटी रिकमेंड कर रहे हैं HW 971 हम 318 HW 1085 HI 977 etc. So this is student joint wise recommended variety. They are different varieties and different number and zones. Okay. Next students, pest and disease. So students, there are different type pest and disease, and first brown rust and second yellow rust and third black rust and fourth loose smut of wheat and fifth kernel bund and next alternately leaf blight and next powdery mildew and next termites. So this is student pest and disease. So they are different type of pest and disease. Okay. For students, weed management. Okay, so students, the major dicot weeds like Chenopodium album, Phallus minor, Aveno hatuga, and Cyprus rotunda are most common found is wheat field. Students, you must have seen all these weeds in the Hitoli campus or in your garden, and these weeds will be seen in the field of wheat crop. स्टूडेंट्स मोस्टली आप लोगों ने अपने वीड्स हैं जो अपने सितौली कैंपस में गार्डन है पीछे या नियरेस्ट, आपने वहाँ भी बहुत सारे वीड्स कॉमन देखे होंगे, लाइक चीनोपोडियम एल्बम हुआ, एफिनाफाटो हुआ, साइप्रस रोटेंडस हुआ, एंड वीट क्रॉप में फेलस मैनर हुआ आपके गार्डन में, और वीट क्रॉप में भी आपने देखे होंगे. ओके, सो स्टूडेंट्स जनरली वीड आर controlled by hand weeding with hoe or khurpi etc. First hand weeding is done with the appearance of thin flush of weeds. Students, second hand weeding may be repeated after 2 weeks. Students, pre-emergency application of pendimethalin at the rate 1.0 kg per hectare and post-emergent application of 2.2240 ethyl ester at the rate 0.360.4 kg per hectare. Students, isoproton at the rate 1.0 से 1.5 kg per hectare in 700 से 800 liter of water within 30 to 35 days after sowing. Effectively control the front of weeds in wheat. So this is students wheat management. Next students, harvesting. Students, harvesting of high yielding drop variety is carried out when leaf and stem turn yellow and become fairly dry. To avoid loose and yield, crops should be harvested before it is dead ripe. Students, timely harvesting is needed for optimum quality and consumer acceptance. Students, the right stage of harvesting is when moisture in grain reaches to 25 to 30%. Students, for manual harvesting use serrate edge scales. Combined harvester are also available which can do harvesting, threshing and winnowing of wheat crop in single operation. So this is students harvesting. Next students, yield. Students, the national average yield of wheat grain is about 12 to 13.8 quintal per hectare. So this is wheat crop, common wheat crop yields. Okay, कितना है 12 से 13.8 quintal per hectare. Okay, so this is yield. So students, this topic is finished, cultivation of wheat crop. Okay, section A के लिए था. Okay, so students, this topic is finished, cultivation of wheat crop. ठीक है, इसे आप वीडियो सीन के लिए इंटरेक्टिव वीडियो देखिए. ओके, आई होप आप इसे अच्छे से सुने, अच्छे से देखें. ओके, थैंक यू स्टूडेंट्स.